Yo, what's poppin', ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us today. Super duper appreciate it. Make sure to share, comment, like, subscribe if you enjoy the content. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. So today's topic is Arne Slot getting a new contract, possibly. Lewis still has been saying that there's been whispers going on for weeks apparently that Slot might be offered a new deal, and that would be no surprise. So I looked it up, and he's currently on 127 grand a week. And let's just be real, bring him back number 20. You know, doing it basically with no signings. Any any trophy is a big deal to me, but the Premier League in particular and the Champions League, I see those two as the golden standard. Those two are the hardest to get. You can kind of argue which one's trickier to get right, but number 20, I think they're going to give Slot a big summer to kind of really cement his kind of team, the players that he wants, the players that kind of fit his philosophy. I mean, his contract expires in 2027, so it's not a situation that's kind of in a rush, in my opinion. And managers don't really kind of run their contract down the same way like a footballer does. So I think Liverpool are safe here. This is a really, really good job for Arne Slot. I think the club are happy with Arne Slot. I think the fans are happy with Arne Slot. I'd like to see him stay for the foreseeable future for sure. I'd like to see him, get back in summer, bring in the players that he wants. I think he's going to bring a left back, a centre back, a striker, another midfielder. So there's going to be a lot of work done, right? And he's probably a little bit underpaid, right? So when I look at the managers, I go, Arteta's on 300 bags a week. Like, Arteta's an all right manager, but he hasn't really won anything significant. I'm gonna annoy the Arsenal fans here. I suppose the guys still got a shot in Champions League, right? But he hasn't won anything significant. They're paying him like he's like a world class elite level kind of player. That's the type of wages he's on, right? Arne Slot's on half of that. He hasn't had the same backing as Arteta, right? Arteta's been given a lot of money, given a lot of trust, a lot of time for his process, and so if we can give that kind of back into Slot instead of maybe giving him a new contract, if we say, look, we want you to stay, instead of giving you a contract this year, let's give you a slightly bigger budget. Let's give you, extra couple mil, 10, 20 mil. I don't know these numbers, but I much prefer that. And maybe you could kind of play on the kind of safe, cautious side if you're the club, where you kind of see how this season goes, see how he kind of retains the championship, see what kind of recruitment he does, see what kind of players he brings in. Maybe this is the season that it falls apart, which I don't think it will be, but I'm just saying, if you're viewing it from the club's perspective and trying to be as cautious as possible, like, you don't want to be in a situation where he's had one good year and, you know, yeah, it's just one season wonder, which I don't think Slot is, but I'm just viewing it from the club's perspective, like cautious and risk averse. And yeah, you give him another year, see how he does in the transfer window, see what kind of players he brings in, see how the players gel. And the recruitment's got to be on point for Slot, right? It just has to be. I think he will bring in some good players, players that kind of fit his philosophy, that kind of technical kind of footballer, tricky. I think he likes those technical, tricky ballers. Definitely think Slot likes his technical footballers. That's why Endo just hasn't been getting the minutes over Gravenberg and McAllister, because McAllister, Gravenberg, they're just more technical, more clean, more pretty on the ball. Endo's more of a workman. But yeah, let's see. Let's see if his contract goes through. I mean, I'm not against it at all. 2027, run it down to next year, it'll be 2026. So maybe like a couple of years extension would make sense for all parties. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Catch you in the next one.